So, good morning, Carla, and everybody else. I hope everybody either slept real well, or have a good, or, all right, yes, it's morning, or I hope you're having a good evening. So, if anybody's interested on Twitch, because we're also streaming on Twitch, if you go to YouTube and type in MyTarot.org, you'll also see our channel there, and we now have over 200 videos there now of morning meditation, morning reflections, and teaching and things like that. So, and here we start again. Reminding myself, let my shoulders droop. You know, sometimes before I pick up these cards in the morning, it's like I may look so peaceful and serene right now, but you should have seen me 10 minutes ago. So I am glad to have a routine. Sit back, listen to the cards like they're the ocean, taking that breath. Another day. So, I hadn't used these cards in a while. I've been using the same cards all week. So, I'm going to bounce to some Marseille style cards. This is based on the original deck that helped to start the whole tarot movement back in the 17th, 18th, 19th century. So, again with our shoulders drooping and we're taking that breath, I'm going to do my 3 stacks here. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. Whichever thread I pull is going to be our conversation for the day. Maybe it'll be something that will help us to focus on some habits, good or bad. Maybe some anger, so that if something pops up today, we've already looked at it. And maybe, just maybe, we can avoid having any kind of big issues and surprise everybody around us. And is that deck on Amazon to buy? It absolutely is. It is the CBD Tarot. So I'm going to go with what's on the surface here. Today is Thursday. So yes, it is based on the Conver deck. And there's a few different ones out there. I like this particular deck because the person actually redid the whole thing, but kept it as original as possible. So, it's pretty much just a cleaned up version of the Conver deck. So as we're looking at this here, this is interesting because kind of like yesterday. So starting with the center here, we have the the 9 of Swords. Okay, and so we were just talking about the 9s yesterday. And so we had the 8 of Swords, and we felt locked in with the 8 of Swords. Because the 8 of Swords, you have that, just the 8 right there. Now we have this 9th sword coming in, trying to break through the anxiety of the 8 swords. And it's not an easy thing to do because on the left, we have the moon. And that's where we're dealing with fears. That's where we deal with our anxieties. The moon is, as I like to describe it, it's one of those things where when you're walking through the woods at night or during the twilight, and you see something hiding behind a tree, and it's going to terrify you, and you're going to struggle to move forward, because of the shadow that you're seeing in the twilight. But when the daylight comes, you can actually see that it's just a log and that it's not something ready to jump out. But it's hard to see those things when we're stuck in the twilights of the Nine of Swords. We get stuck with that tunnel vision and we're trying to thrust our way through, but they call it the anxiety card for a reason, because swords are a hard suit, and by the time you get up to nines, it's all that mental stuff that we go through that ties us into knots, that makes it like when we're walking through the moon card. So, what this anxiety does is it causes us to lash out. It's kind of one of the reasons why we one of the reasons we lash out is because of the anxiety that we can feel. And the Five of Cups can be that result. Cups are the emotions in the card. Cups are the spirituality and the feelings. But fives are challenges. So because of the anxiety, sometimes our emotions are intensified and we can feel that loss, that anxiety. This whole spread right here is about the anxieties that we feel when we're walking through that twilight, when we're in the middle of something, when we can't thrust through it. Think about those times where you've had anxiety that's pretty much just locked you down. And then we're not able to see things in the light. And we feel all that loss. And it's hard to see the good things that we still have. We focus so much on what we don't have, we don't see what we have. Does that make sense? So, what this is saying, here we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, and I do like the expression on her face. She's kind of got this serene look, because queens are water. Queens are about emotions. But she's the Queen of Wands because she's also about energy. Wands are fire. Wands are passion. And sometimes when we're paralyzed in our emotions, we don't have energy. I know me, I don't even want to get up in the morning. I'd rather just stay in bed. But the Queen of Wands is saying, look, fake it till you make it. Act as if. Get up. Go out. She's going to remind us that even if 3 cups are spilled over, at least we have 2 that are left. That things sometimes look the darkest just before dawn. Right? And she's going to remind us that nobody can do it for us. That we are just going to have to take her energy and her compassion. Again, she is the element of water. She is emotion. She's spiritual. But she's got that wand. And she's going to say, look, you're going to have to take the energy of the wand. And you're going to have to do it yourself. And that you can. And I know that I had somebody who, when I was in a period there, he would say, fake it till you make it. And I'm like, what does that even mean? That doesn't even make sense. And he's like, act as if. Act as if what? Act as if you're okay. Act as if it's going to be okay. Just go out, do what you need to do, fake it till you make it. You know, and if you act as if, then eventually maybe you'll catch up. You know, bring the body and the mind will follow. So today's reading is about our fears, our anxiety, and that sense of loss. If we get in that situation today, or keep in mind that the court cards can be us, the court cards can be somebody else or it can be a situation. But maybe we know somebody who is in this position here. So if this is not us, with the Queen telling us that we've got to find that energy, this may be reflecting on somebody that we know. This may be reflecting on the fact that we need to look around. We need to reach into ourselves. And maybe there's a person that does need maybe some of our compassion and some of our fire and energy. So, again, this could either be us with the fire and energy. This could be us with the anxieties. But the focus needs to be on the positive side of the Queen of Wands. And for you, Carla, 1 second. This is the actual deck. And you are very welcome. So it's a CBD Tarot by Dr. Yov Ben Dov. And his book is really good also if you're interested in learning the Marseille style. But yeah, the Marseille speaks to me in a particular way. I started out with the Rider-Waite, like a lot of people do. And I moved to the Marseille just to take my readings to the next level kind of thing. So, and to me, they just really tell a story, and I just think they shine. Only thing is, Carla, is that so the cards actually would come white like this. I took shoe polish and I aged my cards. So I took brown shoe polish and I just spent a few days. It took a long time to age my cards, so that mine are not as white as that. And it was my way also of attuning myself to the cards, because I had to stare at each one for I don't know how long, just scrubbing them to give them that antiqued, aged look, where I had a chance to just touch the cards and hold them. But I really love the results. They used to be pure white. But if you know me, it's like I love the tarot history. And I did the backs also. And knowing me and my love of tarot history, and anybody here who hasn't been to the YouTube page, I have a friend of mine, we do the Two of Wands. And we've spent, I don't know how long, but we've gone all through the history and the meanings of all the trumps. We're going through the pips now, and last night we did the nines. Pulling up whatever history we can, so yeah, I think these look pretty cool. And I am actually going to have to do a video on how I did the aging of my cards, because I think it came out really cool. And I did this close to 2 years ago, but it became my favorite deck afterwards. So, again, I hope we all have a really good rest of our day, a really good morning. And I hope you all take care. And I will be back again tomorrow for the morning meditation. And I think I might do a pop-up video today. I'm thinking about it. So probably about 5:30 Eastern. I'm thinking I want to do more live stuff so I can interact with people. So with that, have an amazing day. Have an amazing morning. And I will see you all later. Thank you again so much.